Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. Okay, so today I wanted to kind of tap into how I'm feeling about the beauty space right now. I feel like there's a problem on YouTube Beauty. I feel like right now we're fine. Like Instagram, I feel like some content is doing well and some of it is just like and I feel like TikTok is exploding right now with beauty content and YouTube is kind of flatlining. Like there's like it's just we're just kind of coasting. But I feel like there's more that we can do, but there's problems with what's happening on YouTube right now that we have built ourselves as a community, as YouTubers, that I feel like need to be fixed in order for people to go back to watching more YouTube content. I've heard more and more people telling me they're just not on YouTube as much anymore. But why is that? You know, I love psychology and I love thinking about why people do what they do, even when I can't figure it out. I still love thinking about it and trying because it's just fascinating to me. So I thought we would talk about that as a community because these live chats aren't just about me being a talking head, just spouting out my opinions. It's about the people that are also about the people that are here live that are going to contribute to this conversation because I have one of the smartest audiences, I would dare to say, on the entirety of the internet. The people that are here are very engaged in the community. A lot of people have been around for a while, just very incredibly intelligent people. And I know that they are going to be able to add really good things to this conversation. So what I would like to do is introduce you to a few of them and say hello to some of the people that have made it here live. If you are not here live, that is totally okay. You can also participate in the comment section down below. You are just as valuable. You're just contributing at a different time. So let me introduce you to some of these people and then I'll talk about why I'm dressed like this. There is a reason why I look like this. I'm very excited, but I'll tell you in a second. All right, Jilly Mac. Hello, friend. Good to see you. Hi, Tish. Good morning. Hope you are having a good weekend as well. My weekend has been extremely busy, but we're good. We're just going to keep going forward. Good morning, Totally Misunderstood. They hope everyone is having a good day so far, and they're asking to please hit the like button on your way in. That really does help me out a lot. Thank you so much for the reminder. Christine, good morning to you, and Monica, and my friend Amanda, who just had a little teeny tiny baby. I got to see Amanda's little teeny tiny baby last weekend. Last weekend. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'm glad that you are starting to feel better, Amanda. Amanda says, currently nap trapped with my 3-week-old baby. So excited for live chat. I'm so happy that you are here and hopefully I will get to see you again soon. Hi, Teresa and the rest of the moderators. Teresa says, hello and welcome back to live chat. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you to anyone else who was able to show up that is a moderator. Flory and Steph and Audra and John may be listening in. Thank you all so much for being here and keeping this a safe and happy place. Crystal, good morning. Cynthia, good morning to you. Tabby Tilly, good morning to you. And Roya, good morning. Tracy, Michelle, and Kim, and Angie. Thank you so much for saying my thumbnail is pretty. I appreciate that, friend. If you do not know Angie Newquist, she has a fantastic YouTube channel. I did not do the product report this week. Angie did. So if you were missing the new products this week, I was unable to do it. I tried. If you knew how hard I tried to get as much done as I could this week, you would understand. I've already have comments of people saying how disappointed they are to not see the product this week. So I will give you the gift of knowing that Angie has done that this week. So go check out Angie's video that she put up on the new product releases. I will put it in the video description down below in case you missed that section this week. She has got it for you. All right. So if I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. And just very quickly, the reason why I'm dressed like this is that directly after this, I am going to a Bridgerton themed tea at a local restaurant. My friend Mary Lynn and I, she is my very, very best friend. She invited me to do this with her about 4 or 5 months ago. She was like, there's this Bridgerton tea that looks really fun. I've wanted to go. They've done it the past couple of years and I really want to go. It always sells out. Who wants to go with me? And I was like, me, I want to go. So I bought the ticket right then and there. And it is today, right after a live chat. So let me show you my dress. This is from a company called Scarlet Darkness. And I will show you. La, 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 And I am so excited to wear this. Very, very excited. I've had it hanging in my closet. I bought this directly from the Scarlet Darkness website. I did also get one on Amazon because I couldn't decide between the two. They were about equally priced. The one that I got from Amazon, I did return. It was not the same quality. I don't even know if it's the same company, honestly, because it's a completely different quality, and it smelled like body odor. It smelled like somebody had worn it to an event and then returned it. It smelled awful. And it wasn't the same quality. So if you are going to order something like this from Scarlet Darkness, I definitely recommend you order directly from them and not from Amazon, just as a suggestion. All right. So I'm very excited to go. It is actually, I'm leaving here, I think about 11:30. So I'm so excited. All right, so let's talk about this topic. All right. So this is I think the essential problem. Thank you all so much for all of the compliments on my dress. I'm very excited. As you know, I'm branching out to wearing more dresses. All right. So the big problem I see on YouTube is that we've been around a really long time in the beauty space. We have done all of the things. And and it's like, what else is there? People watch YouTube beauty videos for a variety of reasons. And one of the reasons why people watch beauty YouTube videos is to learn, to gather information, to enhance their ability in some way, whether it's their ability to apply product, whether it's their ability to make educated purchasing decisions, whether it's their knowledge about formulas. I feel like a lot of us that have been in the space for a while, like we've gotten the things out of YouTube that we wanted to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that tutorials were really, really popular in the beginning of YouTube. And then they slowly started becoming less popular because I feel like a lot of people kind of learned the techniques that they like. And they didn't need as many tutorials as they did at the beginning of YouTube. And then it became product reviews. That became really, really big. And I think that was really about learning what types of products we like as an individual makeup user. What kind do we like? Cream? Do we like powder? Do we like matte? Do we like dewy? What do we like? And I feel like a lot of us have kind of figured that out as well. We know what kind of products work for us overall. So product reviews started not doing quite as well. When I say doing well, I'm meaning getting the attention that they used to get. And then there was a period of time where ingredients were really big. Skincare YouTube blew up. And it was all about learning about how to read the back of a box. How do I pick out skincare that works best for me and my skin type by looking at a product list? Now, of course, that is not infallible. A lot goes into a formula, more than what is listed on the box. But it was a guideline. It was something we didn't know. And it was fascinating to figure out, what was a humectant, what was an occlusive, what chemical exfoliator was right for me. And I think a lot of us have access to that information now. It's out there. We figured it out if that's something we've chosen to do. So that's kind of going down as far as popularity goes. So the question is what don't we know yet? What is the thing in YouTube beauty that we don't know yet, as far as learning goes? I mean, there's lots of other reasons we're going to talk about of why people tune into YouTube beauty, but in that particular reason, what is there left for us to share? And I would love to know your thoughts about this particular topic and what you think about what we feel like is missing from the YouTube space that we still need to learn. I am still racking my brain on that, trying to figure that out. I think a lot of us who make content are trying to figure that out. It's very hard to know what people are looking for and what people still want to know about and what we can do as people who do this part-time or full-time. How can we help people to do that legwork? Maybe you don't have time to do the legwork for certain things, so we can do that for you. I mean, this is what I do full time, other than my other job. Now that I can't say I do it full time. I do it 3/4 time. This is my job. So what else can I do? And what legwork can I do for you so you don't have to, and get that information for you? Oh, Audra says, "Oh no, Jen, I can't say my thoughts. I'll get in trouble. Maybe we'll talk privately afterward about it, because I would love to hear your thoughts, because you are one of the smartest people that I know, and I would love to know your thoughts." So Yeah, I mean, it's really, really tough. Maureen says, I'm a CX manager in tech, and I think that the audience became disengaged when the platform itself doesn't serve creators anymore. Sometimes it's not just the creators or the content. I'd be curious to hear you elaborate on that a bit. I know there's only so much you can type in a box as far as where you're going with it. I know where my mind is going with that, but I don't know if your mind is going the same direction. So I would love to know more about that. Lindsay says, personally, I like that product reviews have evolved into tutorials in a way. One-stop shop on learning what it is and how to use it. And I think that's great. And I think, speaking of Angie, I think Angie does a fantastic job with this, where she does a review and then does an up close tutorial on how to use the product and how it applies. So you can see kind of the techniques that she uses and maybe adapt some of those for yourself. And I think a lot of people really are doing that. So Roya says, I wish makeup tutorials would come back. This is the thing about makeup tutorials, is I feel like okay, I think makeup tutorials are complicated in that some people want to watch tutorials for particular products. Like I was just talking about, where Angie will buy a product and will do an up close tutorial and show you how she applies it, right? Some people want that. Some people want to just do basic stuff, learn just basic makeup skills. Some people want things that are more advanced. Some people, if they see something that's more advanced, they're like, oh, heck no, I'm not watching that, because there's no way that I am going to be able to do that. Some people will look at a product and say, well, I'm not interested in buying that, so I'm not going to watch it. People will look at a very basic tutorial and say, I already know how to do that. And I feel like the tutorial market is very split now. And so that's why I think a lot of people are discouraged from doing just straight tutorials, because just a straight tutorial, it's a very limited number of people that are going to choose to watch that. And when it comes to creating content, you have to look at your return on investment. And your investment a lot of times is time, which is what I ran out of this week. It's time. You only have so many hours in the day, so many hours in the week to do all of the things. And if you invest all of your time into creating this content, and then it doesn't get the views that you are expecting, then you don't get the AdSense that you're expecting. And then, you can't do that as a job, because all of us that are doing this full time, we have to get views or we can't continue to do this. We have to create content that people will want to click on. So I think that's part of the problem with tutorials, Roya, which I would love if they would. I think that they would make a bigger comeback if there was a way to reach more people in a single tutorial and it was more guaranteed, if that makes sense. But I think that you are 100% not alone. I think a lot of people really, really still love tutorials. Was it Alex Anel? Is that what her name is? I haven't watched her content. I'm going to be 100%. I've watched bits and pieces, but I don't know. I need to watch more of it because I could definitely learn from her tips. Hopefully I said it right. But I know it's something like that, and my brain is just not functioning. So, but she's very, very popular, does a fantastic job. She's so talented. She's so beautiful. Her quality is amazing. I think that maybe if we could all get to that level, maybe we would do more tutorials. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Fly Science. Good to see you. Jilly says, I think long form content offers something short form cannot possibly offer. And at some point, short form viewers will inevitably seek out what they're missing. And one thing I'm noticing, Jilly, about that is that really long videos are starting to do well. I'm talking like 2-3 hour long videos where people can just put them on in the background. And that's another topic I want to touch on, is another reason why people put on YouTube videos in just a minute. So yeah, I do think that short form has its purpose, but I think long form definitely has an advantage for certain reasons. Heba says, I've created a video where AI chooses my makeup. I used Google Bard for that. It was so much fun, and it's a trend now. Everything is AI. And I have seen that a little bit on a couple of channels, and I think that those are so much fun. And you know what, let's move on to the next thing, because I think that you're touching on something, and Jilly touched on it as well, is that engagement factor. I feel like people want to have something they can engage in. When you turn on a movie, you kind of get lost in it and can kind of mentally engage in it. And I feel like with something like, AI chooses my makeup, people get excited about seeing what is going to happen next. And I think that's why it's a trend, is because it's the what is going to happen next. People can really engage in it and see the fun of it. So what did I put down? I said that emotionally engaging in it just by having fun. The other thing is physically engaging in it by going and trying some of the techniques and products and things like that. I think that is something that people want to engage with, that they want to find on YouTube, but maybe having trouble finding it. All right, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, Peggy says, I hate seeing so many first impressions with absolutely no follow-up as to how it wore, if they like it, if they had issues after the first hour of filming, etc. Yes, and I think that the thing about first impressions is they're fast. They're not difficult. They do take time, but they're not difficult. And people will watch them because they want to see the new products. But I do agree that it used to be, like, if we go back to basics, it used to be a lot more wear tests than we're seeing now. I remember seeing Cassie from Thriftic, and I freaking loved her wear test, because she would do like a little mini vlog where she would, show her day in the middle. And I thought that that was genius, and it helped me to connect with her. And you just don't see that as much anymore, where people are doing these long-term wear tests. So not only with Cassie was it you could see how it wore throughout the day, you also got to engage with her on an emotional level, on a parasocial level, seeing what her life was like and what her day was like, which I think is very cool. And I think that that is definitely something that's missing from the YouTube beauty space, that people could really start doing more from. Oh, Fly Science says, not gonna lie, I've been a little distance from beauty YouTube. I love your videos on Sunday, though. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to do my thing. I just stay in my little corner, I do my whole thing. And, I hope that people like it. And thankfully, people are still enjoying it. So that makes me really, really happy that people are still enjoying it. But yeah, I'm finding that I'm watching a little less beauty YouTube than I used to as well. Yeah, Tiffany says, I love learning about ethics, which brands having controversy, etc. Me too. Me too. Absolutely. And I think that drama is extremely engaging. Like we were talking about just a second ago, is how can people engage with the content? And I think drama is a great way to engage. The problem with having your entire thing, your platform rely on drama, is if there's no drama, you are absolutely screwed. So it's like, I rely on that for What's Been Makeup. I rely on having something happening with a brand, or something happening with an influencer, or something happening in order to have content for the top news of What's Been Makeup. I rely on lawsuits and things happening. But what happens if nothing is happening? Thankfully, usually something is happening, thankfully. So yeah, I love that stuff too, but you're relying on somebody outside of yourself, on things outside of yourself for content, which is very dangerous. So yeah, this is interesting. Anna says, I think I get put off creators when they aren't relatable anymore, because they do earn so much and are gifted so much. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, because, when you feel that money leaving your wallet, it's a different feeling. When you are taking that money out and you're giving it, or you're using your card, knowing how much is on your balance, and that money is now leaving your account, it's a different feeling than trying something and getting something that you didn't pay for. And I think if you're not feeling that, it definitely can create a different vibe. 100%. Absolutely. You are very welcome, Angie. I love you. Teresa says, for me, I don't watch YouTube as much because I learned all the stuff. See, that's exactly what I'm saying. And now I just want inspo and tutorials. I would just want inspo, and tutorials aren't a thing anymore, except for a few. And I think that there are some people that are doing them. I just started watching Khaki reviews because she was on that trip with me. She does a lot of those things as well. And she also talks a lot about like her opinions about things, which are sometimes very different than my opinions about things. So I like hearing that different opinion, even if I don't agree with it. So, So yeah, I mean, there's definitely people that are doing tutorials. Uh, it's definitely less though. I agree. Yeah, makeup application trends, 100%. Like Angie just did. I know I keep talking about Angie because she's here, and I've been watching. She just did this look with the freaking the glam light and the glam light Scooby Doo collection, where she put this like green here, and it wasn't a light green. It was like a mid-tone to deeper green, like right here. Like I would never do that. Like in a million years, would I ever think to do that? Do you think it looked bad on her? Oh my gosh, no. It looked incredible. So I think that like makeup application trends, I personally get intimidated by them because I look at them and I'm like, I can't do that. There's just no, I would look super freaking weird on me. So I tend to not watch the trendy ones unless I feel like it's something that I can accomplish. So I think there is a roadblock there for some people. But with the point of that video was also to review the products and also talk about the Charleston trip that we went on. So yeah, I don't know about if I would personally click on application trends as much because I'm just intimidated. I don't know if other people feel the same way or not. Yeah, Evolving Ren says, I'd like to learn more about the ethics of really big companies. You could help me not buy from immoral companies. Yeah. And the thing is that guaranteed there are crap people that work for every single company, unless maybe it's an indie brand that has like, just the person who's making it and they're a really nice person, or they have very few employees. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be crap people that work at every company, but the question is it the high profile people? And like speaking of that with the chart thing, Maureen creating a social presence for herself is a horrible idea. It is a terrible idea. I don't know why she's doing this. This is terrible. Didn't we learn from ABH and Norvina? Did we not learn? The CEO of a company or somebody really high up in the company, you cannot go on social media. I'm sorry, you can't. Like that is banned. You're not allowed because you mess up and your whole brand is going down. Like it is like, and Anastasia Soar as well, like with some of the posts that she was allegedly, I don't know if she did, allegedly liked from very far right leaning political stuff, really pissed off a lot of people. So it's like, you cannot be the face of a brand if you are the CEO of the brand. You can't. Like that is so risky. Like you're driving into oncoming traffic. Like it's like I love the thing is the way it used to be is that YouTube was all about broadcasting yourself. It was all about being authentic and genuine. And people realize that that's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea to be authentic and genuine because of many, many reasons. Because people aren't perfect. People are flawed. People are going to make mistakes. They're going to say dumb things. They're going to say unpopular opinions that may be really bad, or they're going to do things that are, not popular. And people are going to judge the entire brand based on that one thing. It doesn't matter how many positive things you've done. You could do 50 positive things. If you do one thing that's really bad, your whole is going down. Like you're saying, you're going, you cannot be fully yourself. And I've talked about this with some of my creator friends, and there's one creator friend in particular that I won't mention because I don't want to call them out, but we were talking about it and they were like, yeah, that's why I don't say anything personal. When I talk about my life, I talk about very surface things. I don't talk about deep stuff because that's so personal. If somebody attacks me and they attack my spouse or they attack my animals or they attack, it's I will be no more good. It's a reason why a lot of people don't share their political views. I am not one of those people. I very openly share my political views because I believe 100% in, in my political views. But a lot of people are afraid to because they don't want to scare off people that are not the same political leaning. Like I had to block the word woke from my channel because anybody using the word woke now is most likely somebody that I don't want in my comment section. And I had to block someone today that was mad at Nyx for standing up for anti-bullying. Nyx is standing up and saying bullying LGBTQIA plus people is a bad thing. And this person said that they're never buying anything from Nyx again, that go woke or go broke. So I blocked that person. That person is not welcome here. They're not welcome here. If you are pro bullying, you are not welcome here. I am sorry. But I just lost that person as a viewer because even crappy people are still viewers. They're still a view. So people that are afraid to lose viewers are not going to express their political viewpoints, even if they do have good political viewpoints. There's that perspective too. I've gone off for a little while. So like I was like floored. Like, so you're pro bullying? Like you're going to not buy from Nyx because they're anti-bullying. Like what is wrong with you? Like really? So yeah. Okay. I'm just reading a bunch of different things and I'm not sure which one to click on because there's so many good comments. All right. Cassandra says, with how expensive makeup has become both high-end and drugstore, I am loving shopping my stash videos because I have my ride or die products that I don't want to change because of how much it has become. So I'm curious. I would love to know anybody that watches Shop My Stash videos. If they have different products than you have, what is the value that you are getting out of it? Maybe you do have some of the same products and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I do own that. Like, is it that? Because I have never made really a shop. Well, I've made like a couple Shop My Stash kinds of videos, but they don't get a lot of attention. But I know there are people that create that content that do very, very well. I just need to tune into those people's videos and figure out like, what are they doing? So yes, fly science. This was a lesson that I learned extremely publicly. My number one rule is to not to process my thoughts on the internet. The internet is not the place for that. I learned that the hard way. And yes, 100%. And there are a lot of times where I will, because I still love typing on Twitter. I don't love Twitter as a platform right now, but I do still love sharing my ideas on there. And that's one thing that I have learned. So if I feel like something I'm saying isn't completely thought out, or if I feel like something I'm saying may be controversial, or there may be a very strong alternate opinion, I will type it out and I will either save it as a draft or I will just leave it for a little while for 20, 30 minutes. And then I will go back and reread it. And I would say 7 out of 10 times I end up deleting it because I feel like the learning needs to happen outside of the internet. And once you've learned and you feel like you've come to a good thought process and a good place, that's when you share it. That's when you feel like, that's when it should go out into the world. And in the beauty space, I feel like that had been a thing for a while where people were sharing opinions and thoughts that weren't completely thought out. And I think that's the problem with a lot of first impression videos, just to bring it back to that, is that, people are processing their thoughts on these products initially, but it's not really like valuable, like somebody was saying earlier, because you're just still processing your thoughts on the internet. I know it's totally different than processing like moral and ethical things, but it's just not as valuable if it's not as thought out, just from very minor things all the way to very serious things. Susan, we're going to talk about this right after the break because this is where I'm going next. I think anymore I watch for the personality. Who is calming? Who is knowledgeable? Who makes me laugh? Who posts regularly? And who is honest? What they post is secondary to their personality to me. And Susan, I want to just take that list and put it in my back pocket because I feel like you have just summed it up. So concise. Who is calming? Who is knowledgeable? Who makes me laugh, who posts regularly, and who is honest. What they post is secondary to their personality to me. I love that so much. I love that so much. Let's take a quick little break and let's talk about what's on my face today. I believe everything here is PR. Yes. Okay. So on my eyes today, I want, like I said before, if you weren't here for the very beginning, I am going to a Bridgerton event. It is like a Bridgerton spring tea kind of situation with my very best friend right after chat. So I just decided to just get ready beforehand. So I, for makeup, wanted to do something extremely natural. I had to do eyeliner. I know they don't wear eyeliner on Bridgerton, but I had to do eyeliner. As for my eyeshadow, this I believe just came back on the ColourPop website. This is, oh, I purchased this. This is the Sweetest Can Be palette. It's the Winnie the Pooh palette, and I just used this shade right here all over my lids. That's it. I did purchase this. This was before I was on ColourPop PR. And then for my eyeliner, I just smudged out this shade. This is their reformulated eyeliner, the creme gel liner in the shade Brouhaha. And I really, really like this liner so far. Blush, I use the Ciate blush. This is in the shade Doll Face, and I put it on a little heavier than I normally would. So this is what it looks like in the pan. These things are so beautiful. They really are. I'll swatch it for you just so you can see. We were joking in Charleston. We were holding, in Linda's vlog, somebody's holding up toilet paper. I think it's Khaki holding up toilet paper like this and like talking, trying to focus camera, focus. So this is the swatch. It's just a baby doll pink, and I thought that would look good for like a Bridgerton look, even though it's not really the same tone as my dress. I wanted to do like a real rosy, like pinky blush. And then mascara, I just used the Essence. This is the waterproof version. This was their Disney Princess version that they sent out a while back. And then on my lips is the new BK Beauty lipstick in the shade Inner Beauty, which has been my favorite so far. This is the second time I've worn it. Very, very comfortable, very short lasting power. You just have to reapply because it's just so incredibly comfy. All right, so where I was going after that, let's see, go back to my notes because my phone keeps turning off, is about the escape factor. This was kind of the last thing that I had written down, is helping people to escape. So like we were just talking about, just who is calming, who brings my mental space to a good place, because I feel like the longer videos like live chat are really, really great for people to just put on in the background, whether you're driving somewhere and you just need something to listen to, or you're doing the dishes or doing the laundry or cleaning the house, or crocheting, or whatever it is that you do where you just want something in your ears. I feel like longer form videos are wonderful for that, and you don't want to be stressed out during when you're trying to relax and calm down, you know. I know that there's been quite a few creators that have been just going through it lately, and you know, I feel like with the creators and the content that people have been going through it, those are not relaxing videos, but those videos serve a completely different purpose. Those videos serve a purpose of emotional connection, of caring about people, and just being genuinely good people that care about other human beings. And the problem is when people go to a channel to relax and the person has had something bad happen and they want to talk about it, then they blame the creator for that, which I don't think is fair. I think that if you know that a video is going to be sad, or if you know that a video is going to be talking about anxiety or whatever, or a traumatic event, you shouldn't click on that to relax. That's not the creator's fault if they're clear about what the video is going to be about. And it always makes me sad when I see a creator pouring out their heart about something, and then I see comments that are like, this channel is just so depressing now, and I can't even watch you anymore. Or, you know, like, it's like, really? Like, why did you click on this video? Like, there's other videos you can watch that are not this content. Like, if you don't want to make that emotional connection, don't comment on video. And I just feel bad for the creator in that situation, that they have to read something like that while they're going through something bad, you know? So I think that it's important as viewers that we keep in mind the purpose of why we're clicking on something, and whether that video will serve that purpose for us or not. And I think calming is something that I know I'm looking for. Like, I was listening to Tina from the Fancy Face. I was listening to her vlog about the Charleston trip, and I was just listening to it. I had to look at it every once in a while because she was showing things, but I was just listening to it in the background as I was doing things a couple days ago, or yesterday. And it was just so calming just to hear her talk about things. And I really enjoyed it. So we just have to be particular about what we click on and why we're clicking on it. There are so many good comments that I've missed. Yes. So toxic woman, going back to when I was saying I lost that person as a viewer, that toxic person, you didn't lose them as a viewer. They're a crappy human. The LGBTQIA plus community is amazing and shouldn't be bullies. And I hate the haters. See, this is the thing is I don't mind losing them. Like that's fine with me. I want to make sure that's very, very clear. Like I blocked them for a reason. Like I didn't let them just exist because I wanted their view. They're gone. They're not welcome here. Period. The reason why people won't necessarily block those people is because whether you're a crappy human or not, you still equate to a view, and that view equates to AdSense revenue. That view may equate to clicking on an affiliate link. And the more of that you have, the more sponsored videos that you can do. Sponsored videos are one of the best ways for content creators to make money. And if you can prove that you can bring in revenue, you will get more lucrative deals, and you'll just do better just financially. So if you don't share political views and you keep those crappy people financially, you will most likely do better. That's what it comes down to. For me, it's just non-negotiable. Like no thanks, bye. Like, and I think that part of that too is that I am financially stable, so I can afford to flick people off of my platform that I think are not good people. But some people don't have that. Some people are not as financially stable as I'm very fortunate to be. So like, I get it. I get it. Yes, Elizabeth says, I hate how the meaning of woke has been twisted by nasty people 100%. It's like, I could go on and on, but I'm not going to. Because a lot of it is just not my place to talk about, but I'm with you. Yeah, Pretty and Sleepy says, if you can't be empathetic on a human level when someone else is struggling, then don't respond. Don't watch what they're putting out. If you can't say something nice, don't. Yeah, absolutely. And that is something that we as a human race have been trying to do, trying to teach for a very long time. It's like, if you're just going to be mean, like it's different. There's a difference between being critical and being mean. Like if you're going to be critical, fine. But if you're going to be mean, like don't be mean, especially when someone's already down, someone's already struggling with something. Why be mean? So yeah. Yeah, Audra says, I will blog no matter what, not because of me and my feelings, but because I refuse to allow people in my community to have to deal with the BS in their safe space I created, since this isn't my job. And I feel the absolute same way, 100%. That's why I've blocked certain words that I know that I've seen. As soon as I see it in my comment section and I think that it's going to make somebody in my community feel bad, it goes straight into the blocked words. So if you don't know, the way that works is that YouTubers create a list of blocked words. And it doesn't delete the comment. What it does is it doesn't make it public. It won't be public. It, I believe, is public to the person who posted it, but it goes into a folder for the creator. The only person that can see it is that particular person. So the creator can then go into that folder, and some creators never go into their folder. It goes into that folder, and then they can either approve or delete or block the person. Like one word that I've blocked is the word giveaway, because of all the spam that was coming in. And a lot of the people were trying to trick my followers, my subscribers, into our community members into fake giveaways. So I blocked the word giveaway. Well, I just did a giveaway in my last video, so people were confused about it, and all of their comments were going to my folder. So I had to go in and manually approve them, because I want them to be in there, because that's not a harmful word, but it can be harmful in the context of being underneath my video. So yeah, that it's very important to protect the people in your community, to make sure that they have a safe place to read comments, not just to watch the video, but also to read comments. I totally agree, Audra. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Lindsay says, too many creators across the board believe that engagement on any level is good, even if the folks engaging are hateful and cause drama in the comments. Not a fan of that, but I get it. And I am 100% with you, Lindsay. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not doing it here, but I get it. There are a lot of choices that I make here that have stunted my growth on this channel. But you have to, I'm a very stubborn person. And when I will do things even if it hurts me. Like it, to help other people. And sometimes that has worked in my favor. Sometimes that has not worked in my favor. But yeah, I mean, like I've seen larger creators with the most hateful comment sections, but they just let it ride. I know a lot of them just don't read their comments anymore because it's just so hateful there. And the comments is engagement, which pushes the video out to more people. I mean, it's like, I don't know how to fix that. I don't know how to fix that. Yeah, Angie says I have slurs in my blocked words, plus my personal details that could end up doxing me. That's very, very smart. Yeah, Judy says I miss Mel Thompson, and I'm just gonna say Angie is now my favorite for learning eye techniques. I would watch Mel over and over, and I love that her content is still up, so we can still enjoy it and learn from her. Like, that is a legacy. She's left a legacy with that content, 100%. Yeah. Kirsten says, I kind of like the idea of leaving the problematics in that folder and making them wonder. See, the thing is, I don't think they know they're in the problematic folder. I don't think they realize it because I think they can see their comments in there. They can see their comments posted, but nobody else can. The other thing is that I've heard, I don't know if this is still true, is that if a creator blocks somebody, that they can still post on the channel and it still looks like it's posted, but it's not actually there for anybody else but them, which I love. I love that people may not know that they're blocked. If they try to come to live chat, though, if I have somebody blocked and they try to come to live chat, it'll say that they can't participate, which I also love that it carries over into live chat. I know we've kind of got off topic a little bit. I kind of went over a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about as far as the main topic. Yeah, Jamie says, as I said earlier, I unsubscribe to people who aren't clear about their support of BIPOC, LGBTQ+, and bodily autonomy issues. I only put my money views where I'm wanted and supported. Yeah. And, we are extremely polarized right now on a lot of those issues that are just basic human rights issues, basic human rights. And it's just, how are we at a point where basic human rights are negotiable? I don't get that. I don't know why. And I think a lot of it is that people are just so detached from people that are outside of themselves. They don't understand the experiences of people that aren't them. And they don't care to learn. They don't care to open their mind to maybe there is a perspective and a lived experience that's not theirs, that may be different. And I see that so much on Twitter, Twitter has been a very hard place to be over the past month or two. It's because there's just so many people that are just horrible, so horrible, and so vocally horrible. They used to be quietly horrible. Now they're vocally horrible. So thankfully they're not in my YouTube comments though. So that's good. Yeah, the brutally honest beauty. I read every comment and try to respond or at least heart the comments. I think bigger creators don't take the time or have the time to respond. Yeah, totally. And I think also one thing I learned when I became from a small creator to a mid-sized creator is that this is something actually Lauren May Beauty and I were talking about, was that a lot of times the people that are commenting aren't talking to you. Like, at least I don't know about you particularly because I don't know your community, but when I say you, I mean me. They're not talking to me. Like, they're just thinking of their ideas out loud, or they're just talking about the subject in general, or they are maybe talking to other people who are watching the video that they may not be directly talking to me. And I used to respond to a lot of comments, and then it started to be that people were shocked that I was responding because they weren't looking for a response. They were, just asking a rhetorical question, or they were just, putting their ideas out to the air, and they really didn't want me to respond. And it caused drama for me in that people were, maybe if I slightly disagree with something, or if I added on to their opinion, they took it as a personal slight. And I gathered quite a few people in like 2015, 2016, 2017 that hate me. And a lot of that stems from me responding to a comment, where if I had just let the comment ride, maybe they wouldn't hate me so much. Because maybe they said something and I just disagreed with them, or maybe I added on something that they didn't agree with, that they thought was not where they wanted to go with it. Or maybe I misunderstood what they were saying and commented something that didn't make sense to them, or brought it to a different level that they didn't want to bring it to. So that is a big reason why I stopped commenting to so many comments. And the biggest reason is what Lauren and I were talking about, is that I don't think a lot of the people commenting on my videos are talking to me. they're not looking for me to respond. So I do try to comment on, 4 to 5 different comments that look like they're actually talking to me. But I really try, especially since I talked to Lauren, to really ask that question in my head: is this person legitimately talking to me? Do they really want an answer to this question? And then I respond. So I just look at it with a different lens now. And I don't think that when I had a smaller channel, I feel like it was a safer space to comment back, where now it's not a safe space to comment back in my own comment section. It's just not. So I know that's a weird thing to say, but it's my own comment section is not a safe space to comment back all the time. Weird, right? And I'm a very sensitive person. So when people get upset, like when people said they were disappointed about the product report, like I tried so hard to get all of What's Been Makeup done this week, and I was still up until 1 o'clock in the morning, just getting my stuff done for the market that I had and the orders that I had to fill, and then getting What's Been Makeup ready. It's still, I barely made it. Just doing top news. And when people come after I'm exhausted and I've tried so hard and say they're disappointed, it hurts my soul. It genuinely does. It hurts. It's upsetting because I tried so hard. And I don't think people realize that I really did try, And I know that they don't mean it to be mean. I know they don't mean it to upset me. They're just genuinely disappointed. So all I can say back to that is that I really tried, and I'm sorry you're disappointed. That's all I can say. It's like, I don't know if they wanted a response to that, but I did respond, because I know they're not alone. I know they're not alone in being disappointed that I couldn't get the product report out. But thankfully, we have people like Angie and Heather Austin and other people that do videos weekly that are similar to the product report out there to let you know. And I'm going to bring it back next week. I will. I hope. Yes, Angie said the same thing. I love that Lauren said that. I'm also mulling over that a lot since the trip. Yeah, about people aren't talking to me, and I just really have to consider that, Yeah, see, Maria, this is the thing. I love this. But if you commented on something someone else posted, doesn't that open up the chance for discussion? If they don't want to discuss it, why post it? And I think it's because they don't expect me to respond. I think that a lot of people don't think I'm actually reading the comments, that I'm actually a human being. Like when you're seeing someone on a screen, you don't necessarily make that connection, because it's weird when you think about like our human brain and how we process information, that the person, this, two-dimensional thing, is actually a human being that lives in life, and you have to make a conscious thought. And I think that some people just type things, just not even thinking about it, not realizing that there's a human being behind it that's maybe reading and processing what they're saying. So Paul wants to know if I watched the Marlena Stone Kendall Ray interview podcast. I did not watch it yet. I do plan on watching it. Marlena has become a friend of mine. I am very happy to call Marlena a friend. I'm very thankful to have Marlena as a friend. Kendall has been an acquaintance of mine for 7 years. A long time. I don't know Kendall very well, but I was acquaintances with Kendall back when Kendall was a beauty channel. So Kendall and we chat through DM like once a year, maybe something like that. She's kind enough to send me over some of her Mile Higher products. She has a CBD company. So she sends some stuff over every once in a while that's super fun. Some of the stuff I don't even know how to use. Like I got stuff from her and I'm like, I had to ask my husband, I'm like, John, what is this? Like, what do I even do with this? And he's like, oh, that's this. And I'm like, oh. But yeah, my point is that I love both of them dearly, and I do plan on listening to it. I just haven't. I think I got to like the first 2 minutes and did not. Actually, what's really funny? This is a side note. Janelle, who is Kendall's cousin, I believe, was in a series that I did many years ago where it was a competition with small beauty creators. It was Battle of the, I forget what I even called it. It was like Battle of the Beauty non-stars or something like that. It was a stem off of my old channel, and Janelle was in that many, many moons ago when Janelle had a beauty channel. So it's like, it's pretty funny. Yeah. So yes, I've been connected with them for a very, very long time, but I am looking forward to listening to it. Tiffany says, "You're not AI." Nope. I actually really exist. I'm actually really a human being. But who knows? In the next 5 years, there could be an AI version of me, because apparently people are doing that. Oh, hi, Shelly. Shelly from Shelly Saves the Day. Hi, Shelly. Definitely check out her platforms. I love Marlena too. She is not a perfect person, but has the best heart. Never wants to hurt anybody, just has the best heart. So, Katrina says, "I think you did an amazing job with the top stories this morning. Since I'm only on YouTube, I only hear about what's happening on other platforms through you." Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. The Birchbox story took me a really long time. If you look in the description box, you can see how many links I went through, because I really wanted to get that story right. There's a lot of legal stuff in there that I didn't want to get wrong, and a lot of connections where I had to follow a path down a rabbit hole in order to find it and then process the information and then write it. It took me like 2 hours to just write the Birchbox story. So it takes a long time to do this stuff, but it was a priority for me because I found the story fascinating and I want to have those connections on record. Since we followed Birchbox's story, we've followed Ultra's story. I wanted to make that connection and make sure that we were up to date on that in case it goes down. So Angie says, "I don't think that some people realize how much goes into making content. I wish a creator of a would vlog a day in the life type of video from start to finish of what goes into doing a video. It would be so boring to watch, because just sitting there and listening to my own voice and looking at my own face for many hours is really not engaging." But it does take a while, like maybe just like a beginning, like I'm starting this and like some progress, and then like, all right, it is now 5 p.m. I've been working on this since noon and I'm just finally like making some progress. I'm not even done. Butterfly girl. Butterfly girl. I got it right. "Too much expectation for little help to put it together. Those mad can kick rocks. You do your best. That's all. Jen is not an AI robot." And the thing is like, I get the disappointment and I want people to be able to come to my channel and say, that comment about being disappointed came out of an appreciation for my content, an appreciation for what I do, and a love for the product report, and really wanting to see that. And I recognize that it came out of somebody really liking what I do. And I try to internalize that piece. I just felt sad that I couldn't do it and that I disappointed people. But I know that it comes from a good place, and I'm not upset with that person. I'm not mad at that person. I'm just trying to express my viewpoint as a creator, and I'm not trying to make that person feel bad at all. Like, I hope I don't make, if that person watches this, I hope that I don't make them feel bad. It's just, I feel like that's a perspective that doesn't get shared a lot, and I just wanted to share the perspective. So Yes. Angie does have a vlog channel, and Susan says Jessica Braun does a day in her life. Jessica is like, she is so good at capturing an audience that just loves her for who she is. It's like absolutely incredible, like how she's been able to do beauty and vlogging so well. So well. I'm trying to find where this comment came from. Trying to find the path back to. Okay, there's just a discussion going on that I'm hoping is remaining peaceful. I just want to make sure, I just want to see like where things were going. Yes, 100%, Lexi. We can't please everyone all the time. And that's something that, I have trouble wrapping my brain around, because I've always been of the mindset that every person that clicks on the video is a human being, and I care about human beings. I want human beings to be happy. I want to be able to create things that bring people joy. I never want to upset anybody. I think I've talked about this before on my old channel that was more like a vloggy style kind of channel. I did all kinds of weird stuff over there because we didn't know what we were doing. But one point I did a video, I think I was at 5,000 subscribers, something like that. I can't remember, maybe 2,000 subscribers, because that was a big number back then. I literally wrote every person, because you could look at all of your subscribers back then. You could like literally scroll through and see all of the people subscribe to your channel. I took paper and I wrote out every single name and I put them up on the screen. It was like 10 people on a page. And I put little hearts next to people that I knew, that I recognized from the comment section, and I held them up. And the whole intro to that was every single person that watches my videos is a person. And I've had to beat that out of myself. I've had to beat that mindset out of myself that each person is a person, even though it's true. I can't please everybody all of the time, and it's not good for my mental health to try. All I can do is just be myself and do what I think is right. And am I going to be perfect? No, but I will do my best to be. I will do my best to not hurt people. And that's all I can do. That's all I can do. So yes, Aaron, 100%. Do you think that people have gotten too comfortable dishing out criticism online because there's a disconnect from the person? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's that two-dimensional. I think that our brain processing somebody on a screen being an actual human being that's walking around in life is difficult. Somebody came by the market yesterday and she was like, it's so weird to see you in person. I've watched so many of your videos. And I gave her a hug and, we chatted for a little bit and she was so sweet. But I've done that too, where I'll meet somebody and it's like hard to make that connection between a two-dimensional person and a three-dimensional person. But then connecting it back to what the original topic was, is the problem in YouTube beauty is finding that line, and finding that line between being a genuine, relatable human being and then also sharing too much to make yourself vulnerable to the criticisms, to someone attacking you personally. It's a very hard line to walk. And me, myself, I have no filter. I'm neurodivergent. I say what comes to my mind a lot of times. And I don't know why live chat has existed this long, because it's an extremely dangerous it's an extremely dangerous thing for me to do, to speak live, because I just say whatever the heck I'm thinking. But I've managed to do it somehow. But it's very difficult to gauge how someone else is going to react to your thoughts and feelings. So one big problem with YouTube beauty is that is finding that line, finding that balance. Because like another thing, to touch back on what we were saying earlier, is that we can only know our own lived experiences, and the lived experiences from people that have been kind enough to share them with us. So if we've never heard that experience, our perspective is going to be different. So we may say something that may be off color for somebody that has a different lived experience. Maybe they have always been wealthy. Maybe they have always lived below the poverty line. Maybe they have a different skin tone. Maybe they are from a different country. Maybe they are LGBTQ plus. Maybe they are, there's all these different lived experiences that we can't all have. So knowing what you say, like when we talk about skin tone and makeup, doing the Tarte story for What's Up in Makeup today, you have to consider that there's perspectives that you will never understand when you're speaking about a topic like that. It's very challenging and difficult. So, I think some people in YouTube beauty just don't try because it's too scary. Because I have no filter, I just do my best, and I just learn if I make a mistake, and that's just the way that I'm going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm just going to keep getting better at it, at talking about things. Yeah, it's like highway to the danger zone, Leah. Highway. So yeah, we only have like 1 minute left, minute and a half left. Yes, Jenny, perfect is impossible. Being conscious and trying to be kind, etc., is the best we can do. And I feel like in the beauty space, that's what we need to do, is just being conscious and trying our best. And I think for a while, people were really, really scared of even doing collabs with people, even talking about other channels, because if that channel made a mistake, then it reflected on them. I feel like we're kind of becoming a little bit more forgiving, just a little bit more forgiving as far as that goes, when you collab with somebody and then in the future they do something. I feel like we have a little bit more perspective on that now, so it may be a little safer to talk about other channels. I know that I'm starting to talk about other channels more, with taking on that risk and hoping that everything goes okay. But I mean, I feel like a lot of bigger creators have gone through the fire, and it makes it harder to make content that is more emotional or more engaging or more thought-provoking, because it's a scary place. It's a scary thing to do, to put yourself out there like that. You can't just broadcast yourself. Like I was saying about that creator that I was talking about earlier, that only speaks about things in a very shallow way, because it's just not safe to broadcast yourself. It was not a good idea, completely. You can broadcast yourself to an extent, but some things you do have to hold back, and it's learning what to hold back and what to share is different for every person. So yeah, it's a minefield out here, very much. So, my bunny Valentine, your kindness and self-perceived imperfection make you super relatable. Never change, please. I will try my best. I will never change, but my sharing of myself may change over time. I do feel like I'm opening back up a little bit more, and I'm becoming a little less scared to share my thoughts and feelings about things, because I went through such a big growth phase. I feel like I know so much more than I did in the past. So I feel like I'm feeling more confident in sharing things now, than I have been over the past couple of years. So I think that that's going to be good for my content and good for engagement with you all, as far as, either learning or, knowing that I'm on your side or whatever it may be. So yeah. All right. We are out of time, unfortunately. Thank you so much for being here in live chat. I hope you enjoyed the topic. I know we kind of like started here real strong, and then we just slowly like went this way, but we kind of brought it back a little bit at the end. That's kind of how we roll here in live chat. We start off really on topic, and then we just kind of fall off as it goes. But I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed talking to you about this topic. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I'm really, really happy that it went the way that it did. And I feel like the contributions that people here live made were extremely valuable. And if you weren't here live, I hope that you consider leaving some comments down below of your thoughts on these different topics. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go have high tea, and mad love to you. And I will see you in a video on Friday, and hopefully a full episode of What to Make Up next Sunday. All right. Mad love to you. See you soon. Bye.